feel perfectly fine today. You look healthy, you enjoy your daily walks, and you spend weekends with your family in the backyard. But inside your body, something may be quietly rising. High blood pressure, the silent killer. The danger is that it often has no warning signs. For some, the first symptom isn't a mild headache, but a sudden trip to the emergency room. High blood pressure can double the risk of heart attack, stroke, kidney disease, and even vision loss. And yet, millions of older Americans live with it every day without realizing it. But here's the hope. Small, steady changes can protect your future. Understanding your blood pressure numbers, making simple adjustments in daily habits, and leaning on loved ones can give you the power to take back control. High blood pressure is often called the silent killer because it strikes without warning. You may feel strong, active, and proud of how well you care for yourself, yet the danger can be growing quietly inside your body. Robert, a 74-year-old from Austin, Texas, loved his daily routines. He enjoyed grilling on weekends and walking with his neighbors. To him, life felt perfectly normal. But one afternoon in a grocery store, Robert suddenly felt dizzy and collapsed. His daughter ran to the hospital in fear that she might lose her father. Doctors revealed that his blood pressure had soared to dangerous levels and had been rising silently for years. What happened to Robert could happen to anyone. According to the CDC, nearly 2 out of 3 Americans over 60 live with high blood pressure, yet only 1 in 4 have it under control. High blood pressure is responsible for more deaths each year than car accidents and costs the U.S. more than $130 billion annually in medical expenses. Millions of families are living with this hidden threat, often without realizing it. The truth is clear. Feeling fine does not mean you are safe. High blood pressure can silently damage the heart, the brain, the kidneys, and even the eyes long before any symptoms appear. Awareness and regular blood pressure checks are the only way to stay ahead of this threat. And as we move forward, we will explore why aging itself makes us more vulnerable and how knowledge can become the first key to prevention. As the years pass, our bodies change in ways both visible and hidden. Wrinkles on the skin are easy to notice, but deep inside, the arteries begin to stiffen. This loss of flexibility forces the heart to pump harder, and over time, it drives blood pressure higher, especially the systolic pressure. Evelyn, a 68-year-old from Columbus, Ohio, thought her slowing pace was just part of aging. She felt short of breath climbing stairs and noticed her ankles swelling. But when her daughter insisted she see a doctor, Evelyn learned that her arteries had lost elasticity and her blood pressure had entered the danger zone. Like many seniors, she had assumed that high blood pressure was simply normal with age. The truth is different. While aging increases risk, uncontrolled blood pressure is never harmless. Her daughter's concern may have saved her from a crisis. The statistics are alarming. According to the CDC, nearly 2 out of 3 Americans over 60 live with high blood pressure, and uncontrolled pressure raises the risk of stroke up to 4 times. African American seniors face even higher rates and more severe complications, such as kidney disease and heart failure. Hispanic adults often experience late diagnosis, meaning treatment begins only after damage has already occurred. And across the country, high blood pressure kills more people each year than breast cancer and car accidents combined, while draining over $130 billion annually in healthcare costs. The most dangerous mistake is believing nothing can be done because it's just age. In reality, small changes, regular checkups, healthier meals, daily walks can protect the heart and brain. Aging is inevitable, but the suffering caused by uncontrolled blood pressure does not have to be. And as we turn to the numbers themselves, learning what they mean and how to track them, we uncover the next step in taking control. That is where we will go next. Every step toward better health begins with understanding your blood pressure numbers. There are two of them: systolic, the top number that measures the pressure when the heart beats, and diastolic, the bottom number that shows the pressure when the heart rests. Both are vital, and ignoring either one can put you at risk. Charles, a 72-year-old from San Diego, always focused only on the bottom number. He felt reassured when his diastolic pressure seemed fine, believing he was safe. But during a checkup, his doctor explained that his systolic pressure had quietly climbed into stage 2 hypertension, placing him at serious risk of stroke. Charles realized he had been watching only half of the picture. His wife, who sat beside him, felt shaken to learn that what they thought was under control had actually been dangerous for years. The American Heart Association defines normal blood pressure as less than 120/80. Between 120 and 129 systolic is considered elevated, 130 to 139 is stage 1 hypertension, and 140 or higher is stage 2. According to the CDC, nearly half of all adults in the United States have blood pressure in the hypertension range, and many don't even know it. Even more concerning, 1 in 8 adults has what doctors call masked hypertension, readings that appear normal at the clinic but spike dangerously at home. Others have the opposite, white coat hypertension, where pressure rises only in the doctor's office. These hidden patterns can lead to years of silent damage if not detected. A common mistake is thinking that one good reading means you are safe, or that the lower number alone tells the full story. In truth, each number speaks for your heart, and ignoring one can blind you to real danger. The lesson is clear. Knowing your numbers is knowing yourself. And when we look at the hidden symptoms and silent consequences of uncontrolled blood pressure, the urgency becomes even greater. One of the greatest dangers of high blood pressure is that it often hides in silence. Many older adults feel perfectly fine while the condition is slowly harming their bodies. Symptoms, when they appear, are often subtle and easily dismissed. Margaret, a 70-year-old from Miami, thought her morning headaches were simply due to stress or not sleeping well. But one morning, her daughter noticed her speech slurring and the corner of her mouth drooping slightly. Doctors later confirmed she had suffered a transient ischemic attack, a mini-stroke caused by uncontrolled high blood pressure. Margaret had no idea her minor headaches were warnings of something far more serious. The truth is that high blood pressure can quietly damage vital organs for years. According to the CDC, uncontrolled hypertension can quadruple the risk of stroke, double the risk of heart attack, and is a leading cause of kidney failure in the United States. It can also damage the tiny blood vessels in the eyes, leading to vision loss. These complications strike not only the body, but also the independence and confidence of older adults who suddenly find their daily lives changed forever. A common mistake is waiting for symptoms to appear before taking action. But by the time the warning signs are visible, blurred vision, nosebleeds, dizziness, shortness of breath, serious harm may already have been done. The lesson is urgent, yet empowering. Prevention through regular monitoring is the key to avoiding these silent consequences.
As we move forward, we will see how lifestyle choices and medical treatment work together to take control of high blood pressure and protect both health and independence. That is the next step on this journey.
High blood pressure may feel overwhelming, but the truth is that you have more control than you think. Small daily changes can create powerful results, and for many older adults, these choices can make the difference between needing medication or not. Anthony, a 76-year-old from Seattle, discovered this firsthand. After his doctor warned him about his rising numbers, he and his wife decided to make small adjustments. They cooked with less salt, added more vegetables to their meals, and took evening walks around the neighborhood. In just a few months, Anthony lost 10 pounds and his blood pressure dropped to a safer range without starting medication. His story is proof that lifestyle is the foundation of health. The science is clear. According to the American Heart Association, reducing sodium intake can lower systolic blood pressure by up to 5 points. Losing even 10 pounds can lower it by 5 to 20 points. Adding 150 minutes of light activity each week, like walking, gardening, or dancing, strengthens the heart and lowers risk further. Quality sleep and managing stress add another layer of protection. These changes don't require perfection, only persistence. Yet, there are times when medicine becomes necessary. Some people fear prescriptions, thinking they are a sign of failure. Others stop taking their pills once they feel better. These are dangerous mistakes. Medication is not a punishment, but a safety net, working hand in hand with lifestyle changes to keep blood pressure under control. The message is encouraging. You are not powerless. With steady choices and, when needed, the right medication, high blood pressure can be managed and life can remain full and independent. And as we look ahead, we'll see how family and community support make this journey even stronger. That is where we will go next.
Managing high blood pressure is not a journey to take alone. Support from loved ones and the community can make all the difference in staying healthy and independent. Dorothy, a 70-year-old from Florida, used to feel overwhelmed by the numbers on her blood pressure monitor. She often forgot to take readings and sometimes skipped her medication. But when her son set up a simple app on her phone to track her blood pressure, everything changed. He called to remind her, encouraged her during hard days, and even joined her for evening walks. With his support, Dorothy's confidence grew, and her blood pressure became more stable. Research confirms what Dorothy's story shows. Older adults with strong family or social support are up to 30% more likely to keep their blood pressure under control. Medicare Part B covers regular checkups, making it easier to stay on track. Senior centers, walking clubs, and even telehealth visits provide tools and encouragement, ensuring no one has to face this challenge in isolation. A common mistake is thinking that high blood pressure is a private struggle to be managed alone. In truth, inviting family members, friends, or community groups into the process can transform it into a burden, into a shared commitment. The lesson is clear. When you walk this road with others, you walk stronger. And as we close this journey, we will bring everything together. Understanding the risks, the symptoms, the lifestyle changes, and the power of support to see how every older adult can take charge of their blood pressure and live fully. That is the message we will leave you with.
We have traveled together through the hidden dangers of high blood pressure, learning why it is called the silent killer and how it can strike without warning. We've seen how aging makes our arteries stiffer, raising our risk, and why knowing both the top and bottom numbers is essential to protect ourselves. We discovered that symptoms are often invisible until it is too late, and that prevention through regular monitoring is the safest path. We explored how small lifestyle changes, healthy meals, daily activity, stress management work together with medication when needed to bring blood pressure under control. And finally, we learned that with the support of family and community, no one has to face this challenge alone. The lesson is clear. High blood pressure is serious, but it is not beyond your control. Knowledge, action, and support can give you the power to live fully with health and independence. If this video has been helpful to you, please like, subscribe, and share it with your loved ones. Together, we can spread awareness and help more families live longer, healthier lives.